You know, the seeds of our best creative work, they're usually hiding in plain sight, right in the middle of our everyday lives. So today, we're going to dive into how we can learn to find and, actually capture them. Okay, simple question, right? But really think about it for a second. Chances are it's a little fuzzy. It was just lunch. It happened, and then it was gone. And the details are already starting to fade away. So what about this? That little flash of inspiration you had, that fleeting idea on your commute, that moment of clarity you had about a problem, or that just unexpected bit of beauty you saw. Well, just like lunch, these moments, these really valuable moments, they vanish just as quickly if we don't do something to hold on to them. I mean, every single day is just packed with these tiny sensory moments. They're constantly passing us by. The raw material for our next big idea isn't waiting for some huge dramatic event. No, it's right here in these little details. The real challenge is, how do we actually hold on to them? And that brings us to our first big idea. We're not just talking about, documenting things like a court reporter. We're talking about translating these fleeting moments into a lasting record, using a language that's completely and uniquely yours. And the key word there is how. We all have our own unique language of creation. For you, it might be words or code or a quick sketch or even just a voice note on your phone. The medium itself isn't what's important. It's the act of translation that really matters. For a developer, that language might look something just like this. Now, at first glance, yeah, it's a technical note, but it's so much more, isn't it? It's this really candid message to their future self, capturing a moment of, I'm not sure about this yet, but I'll fix it. It's a whole story packed into a single line of code. Or, for a writer, the language could be this. Just a simple observation of a stranger, but it becomes a building block. The simple act of writing it down transforms a passing glance into pure potential, the beginning of a character, a scene, maybe a whole book. And an artist's visual language, well, it works the exact same way. A quick sketch isn't supposed to be a perfect photograph. No way. It's about capturing the feeling of that sunset. The lines, the colors, they hold the rhythm and the very breath of that specific moment. So how does this all build up over time? Well, these little records, they don't just exist in a vacuum. They start to pile up, and they begin to tell a much, much bigger story. The story of your own growth. Oh, I just love this metaphor. Your collection of records, whether it's code comments or journal entries or old sketchbooks, it becomes like the rings of a tree. Each layer represents a specific time, and it holds the context, the challenges, and the mindset of who you were in that exact moment. And this is the magic that happens when you look back, right? Your first reaction might be to cringe a little at your past self's work. But then, you see a note you left yourself, and you remember the context. And you shift from criticism to understanding. You realize that past version of you totally paved the way for who you are today. So the crucial takeaway here is that the small thing you do today has incredible long-term power. That one line you jot down might seem totally insignificant right now, but it's a piece of a much larger creative tapestry that you're weaving over time. It's truly an investment in your future self. Okay, so this has a huge effect on our personal growth, for sure. But it doesn't stop there. These records can actually evolve from a private diary into a bridge that connects us with everyone else. We all have these thoughts, right? It's simple, it's honest, it's a private record of a feeling. It's totally true, but it kind of stays within our own walls. It doesn't really go anywhere. But look what happens when that exact same feeling is translated into a creative language. The air that flowed during the day settled in my body like a heavy stone. Wow, suddenly a personal feeling becomes universal. Anyone can read that and just get it. They can say, I know exactly what that feels like. You've just built a bridge of empathy with a single sentence. This is the journey our little records can take. They start out as something just for us. Then, maybe we share them, and we turn a private thought into a shared story. And sometimes, those shared stories grow and grow until they have a real impact on a whole community. So, where do we start with all this? That brings us to our final and maybe the most important idea of all. It's all about embracing imperfection and understanding that the most crucial step is just to start. This is really the key. Don't wait for the perfect notebook or the perfect pen or the perfect moment of divine inspiration. What really matters is building that small, consistent habit of capturing your world in your language. That's it. That's the whole game. And your records, they absolutely do not need to be perfect. In fact, their imperfections are what make them so valuable. That typo, that grammatical error, that messy sketch, they aren't mistakes. They are honest, human artifacts of a real moment in time. They prove you were there, actually doing the work. And over time, all these wonderfully imperfect, honest little pieces, they come together. They stop being just a random collection of notes, and they become a treasure. They become a map of your personal journey, showing you not just where you've been, but exactly how far you've come. So, I'll leave you with this question. Just think about the rest of your day. The scent of your next coffee, the color of the sky on your way home, the solution to some tiny problem you solve. What small piece of your world will you capture? What are you going to leave behind in your language?